Stop what you're doing right now. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning feeling crystal clear, laser focused, and dangerously motivated after just 1 week of trying something called a dopamine detox. Sounds impossible, right? What if I told you it's not just possible, but almost guaranteed? If you actually follow the steps I'm about to reveal. Get ready, because this might just be the reset button you never knew you needed. Welcome to the Growth Mindset Project. If you're serious about upgrading your mindset, productivity, and self-discipline, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss any of our life-changing videos. Let's get right into the heart of it. For most of us, our days blur together with mindless scrolling, endless notifications, and a constant search for the next hit of feel-good entertainment. But what if I told you that the very habits you think are relaxing, you are actually stealing your joy, your motivation, and your ambition? What you need is a dopamine detox. Dopamine is the brain neurotransmitter most famous for making us feel pleasure. But here's the twist. Dopamine's role is less about pleasure itself and more about producing desire, motivation, and drive. It's not about how great the reward feels, it's the anticipation, the chase, that gives you the kick. Think about it. When you scroll, binge watch, or game, you spike your dopamine with little effort. But what happens when these instant rewards come too quickly, too easily, and too often? Your brain's internal drive, that chemical spark that makes you want to do things, gets completely out of whack. Why do you think so many people today suffer from low motivation, foggy thinking, and the feeling that life is just passing them by? You guessed it. Their dopamine reward system is fried by overstimulation. When your days are filled with cheap digital hits, social feeds, streaming, flashy notifications, real-world pleasures that require effort, like cooking a meal, reading, going for a walk, or shaping your body in the gym, barely register as rewards anymore. A dopamine detox is your toolkit for resetting your brain's reward system and putting you back in control of your motivation. It's about swapping the fake dopamine hits for real, lasting satisfaction from purposeful activity. When you recalibrate your dopamine, the gym becomes as enjoyable as scrolling TikTok. Reading a book starts to compete, pleasure-wise, with video games. That's the promise and the reality of a powerful dopamine detox. But before we dive into the exact step-by-step protocol, it's time for you to lock in. Hit like right now if you're committed to trying out the dopamine detox. Comment below. What's the one bad habit you most want to replace with a positive one? We read every comment and love supporting your journey. You might wonder, what really happens when you cut out those easy, high dopamine activities? 3 major things. First, you reclaim your momentum. When you pour your energy into a series of rewarding habits, journaling, exercising, working on that project, you set off a chain reaction. Progress stacks on progress. Eventually, it's easier to keep going than to stop. But whenever you sabotage yourself with overstimulation, you break that flow, losing all the benefits of momentum. Second, you shift your identity. Most of us cling to the familiar, Netflix, games, endless snacking, by telling ourselves, that's just who I am. But your identity is not set in stone. Every action you repeat cements who you become. When you switch from seeking comfort to seeking growth, your habits change, and so does your entire self-image. You look in the mirror 2 years from now and barely recognize the unstoppable person you've created. Third, you prevent the hidden costs of fake dopamine from robbing you further. Every little dopamine hit you take without effort, swiping, clicking, mindless watching, not only kills your drive, it chips away at your self-belief. Every time you break a promise to yourself, no more scrolling, starting tomorrow, you erode trust in yourself to follow through. So how does the dopamine detox actually work? And what does it really look like to go through it? Here's the full protocol, refined and real-world tested by thousands of high performers. Step 1. Awareness. Before you start, notice when and why you reach for easy dopamine. Is it boredom, stress, procrastination? Write it down. Spend one day as a detective in your own life. Don't judge, just observe. Step 2. Sleep as your starting point. It counts. Let's say you go to bed at 11 p.m. and sleep till 8 a.m. That's 9 hours with no stimulation. When you wake up, keep going. For the next 3 to 5 hours, block all high stimulation activities. Phone, screens, social media, gaming, TV, junk food. No digital entertainment, no endless scrolling, no artificial dopamine spikes. Instead, engage in low stimulation, high reward activities. Journal, stretch, clean your space, walk outside, read, engage in actual conversation. You'll be shocked at how uncomfortable and then freeing it feels. At first, your brain will beg for the hit. Check your phone, watch a video. But resist, and you'll feel a mental clarity unlike anything you've experienced in years. The hardest part is the first few days. But stick with this routine for 7 days, with your first few hours each day dedicated to dopamine detox. And you'll notice big changes. Your ability to focus skyrockets. You start enjoying so-called boring activities. Suddenly, it's as if your brain craves the things that actually move your life forward. Step 3. Engineer your environment for success. Set your phone in another room. Delete your distracting apps for the week. Replace them with cues for good habits. Lay out your book. Set your journal open on your desk. Put your sneakers by the door. Make it harder to sabotage yourself. Easier to make the right choice. Friction is your friend. Build walls around bad habits and grease the path to good ones. Step 4. Rebuild your reward system, step by step. Start with low dopamine activities like walking or cleaning. Graduate to reading, learning skills, long-form work. Eventually, when you put in several hours of focused effort, then you can reward yourself. Maybe catch an episode of your favorite show, call a friend, or scroll social media, but always after the effort, never before. Step 5. Master your daily protocol. No phone right after waking up. Instead, step outside, get sunlight, decide your goals for the day. Midday, walk, meditate, eat lunch mindfully. Delay any high stimulation activities until the evening, then, at least 1 hour before bed, screens off. Give your brain space to reflect, plan for tomorrow, and reset. If you're finding this valuable, take a second right now to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What's the first real dopamine activity you're excited to try instead of your usual routine? Your new reality is all about identity shift. You become someone who actually chooses rewarding effort. You don't have to force yourself anymore. You start loving the productive habits that help you grow. Journal about the person you want to become. What habits would they have? How would they spend their time? When you're clear on your vision, everything else clicks into place. Your discipline becomes effortless, your bad habits fall away, and for maybe the first time ever, you feel totally in control. So, that's your mission. Try the dopamine detox for 7 days. You'll hit a mental reset, regain your clarity, your motivation, and your self-respect. And if you're serious about surrounding yourself with people committed to growth and discipline, go check the description for details on our private growth mindset community. Don't stop here. There are more powerful strategies waiting for you. Check out our other videos for mind rewiring habits, focus hacks, and discipline challenges. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode from the Growth Mindset Project.